Kevin!
David?
You know who you should follow? Is Britney Spears, dude. She's doing some weird stuff on her Instagrams. A little bit of crazy. I think she's just finally letting out and letting loose.
Like doing
how
her
she's
thing?
wanted to do, like hands in the air. Like, where?
Yeah, I thought we were starting at a certain time. And then
bad,
the
dude.
the talent over here just rolls in whenever he wants.
But
Yeah, you don't want to have
you
don't have contacts.
I like the sunglasses.
Blow a
one.
contact out in the middle of the game.
Yeah.
It's all bling.
Don't throw to my left. I can't see. To figure out chords.
Oh.
Like, why can't they every one of them just be the same one?
David?
Kevin,
How's it going?
great. How you doing, bud?
Oh, I'm great.
Welcome back, folks.
Yes, indeed. Welcome back. We're here for another rousing edition of David and Kevin Show.
It's going to be awesome, man. Super dope.
Well, how was your week?
It was a week, to say the least.
Yeah.
A lot going on.
A little
It's
this, a little that.
Well, yeah. It's amazing, though, when you miss one day, how much more you got to do.
Like one day of work?
Yeah.
Physical day of work?
And then, like, you still are required to make sure you get
All
everything.
those same things done?
Oh, man. It was a long 4 days. But, yeah, no.
Ooh, next week's a 4-day week for us government employees.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Nice.
Old MLK Day.
That's Monday, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if my boss is going to be like, let's just take it off.
I don't see Aaron celebrating the federal holiday.
No, well, sometimes he'll throw it out there on a Thursday, but I didn't hear anything about it. But, it's this Monday, right?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
yeah, no, we got model homes. We're going to get all tuned up.
Oh, that's right.
It's actually pretty decent. I'm looking forward to it.
You and Julio going back and forth over the interiors of the models.
Yeah, yeah. No, we had to pull the whole design committee together last couple days just to really make sure that we follow the plans. But the plans aren't exactly what is built.
Oh, it never is.
No.
The models are always a pain in the ass.
But no, it's going to be fun because it's going to be a little different than just doing doors and trim.
Yeah.
It's all that extra.
Because they always have it figured out, and then by the time they get to it, and then like some other designer comes in, and then Corey will show up, and then God knows who else.
But
who knows?
It's all going to be kind of in my hands, and
Yeah, good.
it's cool. A lot of my opinions. They were.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I mean, they were,
David, what do you think about this?
Exactly. And I was like, well, really, what we should do is.
That's going to be a pain in the ass to install that.
No, well, it's,
No?
It's no big deal. I mean, it's fun. It's challenging. And then my boss sent me yesterday on the truck a laser.
Ooh.
Oh, it's so awesome. And then I set it up last night just to make sure I understand it before I use it.
Putting it into action.
Yeah. And Lila was like, it's a party. Because I
Laser
turned off the light
party.
and it's green,
Oh,
It has the vertical, horizontal, and then what else was it? It was another vertical, like it'll make a plus sign.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty
Same
cool.
time?
Yeah.
I bought one when I did the backsplash in the kitchen. Like just a one off Amazon, cheapo.
Yeah.
I like stacked it up on 7 different things to make sure that they were all like
6 inches off the, or whatever, you're looking for.
Yeah, once you get the first row going.
Well, that's really all you're using it for.
Yeah.
But
it wasn't very bright. It was very dim. You couldn't really see it real well. I had to like turn all the lights off and
turn it into a party, man.
Yeah, that's right.
But enough about me. How was your week?
Dude, living the dream, man. It's a good deal. It's a good gig.
I'll tell you.
Driving around, talking to people. Nothing's my problem. Love it.
But you can make a lot of problems for other people.
I try not to. I try to keep it, keep the projects moving, so to speak.
Yeah, even filled. So,
however, there's a couple people lately that are starting to get on my bad list to where they're not getting any extra special credits, no passes.
What do you mean? Like you're out there for the 3rd time and it's nothing's.
No, you go out there for the first time and you're like, oh, hey, it's something minor. Like, okay, just go back to the office, get that thing, come back, put it on there, and when you get back, take a picture of it and send it to me.
And
That
then
way I
also-
know it's. And then when they don't send you the picture, you're out. No more. No, here's your correction notice.
red
We'll
tag.
see you next time.
Dang.
So
And it's probably one of those ones that are all the way out in Creston.
no, this one, the first one was in Los Osos, and I went to him and hung out with him again yesterday. I even pushed my schedule back for him. I didn't even show up till like 1:30.
That was nice of you. Still wasn't ready though.
No, on the solars, you got to put a placard on the, and this is twice in a row now. He's like, "Oh, the lady in the office, she didn't give me the right placard." Why don't you check before you leave the office?
Well, how many placards are there? I mean,
Well, each house is they're like,
one should just say solar.
no, it's like
Or is it-
individual. It's like a picture of the down, like top down of the house. Shows the panels and it shows where the inverter is.
Oh, okay.
It's like a diagram. So if someone shows up and they get to the panel and they're like, "Oh, look, it has solar. This is where everything is."
Oh.
Little map
Never realized there was that much to
of
all
the
that.
firemen. You know, because they probably just woke up. They're sleeping all day.
Well, what does the fireman have to do? Like, is it in case
That's
they need to
mainly what
access
it's
the
for.
roof?
Well, no,
if there's a fire or
that
something?
and if they need to know where to go shut stuff off, like there's an actual fire.
Oh, because solar's going to still draw power.
A lot of them now have like auto shut off stuff where if you shut the panel off, it'll auto shut down stuff on the roof.
Got it.
Anyway.
There's a lot of technology in that stuff nowadays.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty cool. Like, you can get the, what do they call it? What does Tesla call them? The power brick wall or the power?
Oh yeah, Powerwall.
Yeah, like, you could just have power.
Oh yeah, it's just a fancy battery.
Wonder how much one of those cost.
The Powerwall 2s, last I checked, were like 7,000-8,000. And then the new Powerwall 3s are like 14,000-15,000 because the inverter's like built into it.
Mm.
And supposedly it holds more power. But
Wonder what kind of energy you can get off of like one of those power walls or whatever. Are you talking full power all night?
well, it
to
depends,
a minimum.
It depends what you got hooked up to it. If you, like some people are backing up their whole houses on those Powerwall 3s. And they're like their fridge, their everything. And
Well, I could see that, but I mean, you don't need to run your, like, you don't need to be making margaritas and well, the power's out, but you know what?
let's run a load of laundry.
Why not?
Mm-hmm.
Self-righteous people with their solars, huh?
Well, I spent so much money on it.
I'm burning that power up.
This other guy, I know he's getting his done. He called me about it. He had a bunch of questions, and he was like, he's getting 2 power walls, and he's backing up the whole house.
So he got money.
What did he say he spent on that? 53,000 or something?
But there's like a lot of grants and stuff you can get from the state and rebates and whatnot.
Yeah, he said he's got to like turn over his rebate to Tesla or something when he gets it or something, or I don't know. He's leasing it, but then there's going to be a point where he can buy it back, and I don't know.
There's a lot of catchy stuff to
Basically,
solar too, right?
Basically, his payment is because he's leasing it. His payment's going to be exactly the same as his current bill now, for like the first 5 years or something. I don't know.
Like what he pays for it or what?
His like
His bill.
his PG&E bill is going to be the same.
Got it. Is it still a thing where if you don't consume the power that it generates, it goes back into the grid
Yeah.
and like it rolls back the numbers
Yeah.
on?
Well, yeah, you get basically a credit from PG&E.
I haven't heard many people talking about that credit though.
Well, they've tiered it up so much now that people aren't getting as much credit back. But you don't ever do anything with it. It just sits in the thing. They don't ever like cut you a check at the end of the year.
No way. No way. It just probably rolls over. Well, it probably doesn't even roll over. It's
I think it rolls,
if
but
it's like vacation time or whatever. You use it or you lose it kind of thing. I use it
oh yeah,
for sure to the max.
our vacation days roll, but we have one personal day a year. That doesn't roll over.
Well, at one point you just call sick days, personal days, vacation days, all just PTO.
Personal time off.
Or priority.
High priority.
This is, you know, this is more important than talking to superintendents today.
Oh yeah, For sure. I mean, they're still going to call you.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of missed calls.
Oh, like that Monday that I was off?
You're off on Monday, yeah.
Goodness, man.
Whole list of red.
Well, I mean, I didn't tell anybody.
Red.
It was an unscheduled, unforeseen situation. So, but still,
no, they're still going to
by
call.
like 9 o'clock, because I
All
just
kinds
left
of
my
problems.
phone. There was so much missed calls, text messages, emails, you name it. It's cool though. It's my job. Pays the bills.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's been a ringer.
Yeah, well, it's a weekend now.
It is. It's an early day so far.
Oh yeah. Got to keep going.
Been pretty productive though today.
Yeah.
You know?
More productive than I usually am on a Saturday morning.
Gas.
We got to quit talking like it's what day of the week it is though.
Yeah, whatever. I mean,
Really?
no big
You
deal.
fine with it?
I don't think
Okay.
so. I mean,
all 57 people.
I really don't
They're going
think
to know. And if it's going to matter.
they're not going to be like, dude, you put this out on Tuesday, but you filmed it on Saturday. I'm sorry. We, 1,005 things, as you always say.
Oh yeah.
We're busy.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why it's 8:45 on a Saturday morning. But again, back to being productive.
Yeah.
Did a few things this morning,
Yep.
before I got here. And then it was funny because you walked out and you're like, hands in the air, like, where?
Yeah, I thought we were starting at a certain time, and
My
then
bad,
the
dude.
the talent over here just rolls in whenever he wants. I'm just the talent. I'm just the talent.
No, I went and got the truck washed. I mean, I've been really neglecting it, and I feel
You're starting to feel bad about it.
kind of upset about it. But
You do like to have a clean truck.
I used to.
It was like a religious thing. You like every Sunday you were
For
out there.
sure. I mean, I went out and bought a pressure washer, and I spent $200 on like special products.
I went and bought a pressure washer too. That thing's been sitting in the shed for
Probably won't even fire up
forever.
anymore. Last time I fired up my pressure washer, man, it was hurting. And I put Supreme in it too.
Really?
Mm-hmm. But I mean, whatever. It still worked. It just
That was the other optimistic thing. When I went and picked up all that wood a couple weeks ago, the second trip back up there to get the second load, I brought the chainsaw with me just in case.
yeah.
Well, I didn't ever get it out and fire it up. But now that you mentioned that makes me think back to that of going, dude, that thing hasn't started in like
Since,
3 years.
2023. I fire mine up every now and again just to make sure.
Well, then
And
also, then also the homeowner dude like walked out on me. So it was like,
Third gear pinned.
makes me wonder too. Cause I wonder if he like knew he heard the gate open or like, I don't know what happened. Him and his dog came walking up and I was like,
Who is this?
Tony said I could pick up some wood. You know Tony, right?
Tony told you that?
Yeah.
That's not Tony's wood.
Mm-hmm.
But go ahead, you can have it. Which, speaking of the wood and whatnot, it's pretty decent that, I won't say his name, but that dude's just like, yeah, dude.
Oh yeah, that's gonna help out quite a bit with
And he said it's a Champion, so I think it's,
like the t-shirts.
no,
Oh,
I think it's the one that they sell at Home Depot. Because when I went up to Tascadero, I stopped by that Home Depot and there was a bunch of splitters.
like
I
out.
want
in
to
front?
say they were Champions, but either way,
I like how Home Depot's like get in the trailer business, like depending on
small
geography.
homes and everything. Have you been to that one?
The Tascadero one?
Yeah.
A couple times. Once or twice.
There's like homeless living in their little sheds and stuff.
Out front?
I believe so.
Huh.
They had to shoo them away.
Go and get beat
They're
it.
They're probably
Scram.
locked now.
That's what I wonder about this one over here, down over by AMPM, right there by the freeway. Have you seen all those? That little car lot across from McDonald's. Do you have any idea where I'm talking about?
Are you
This
talking about
confused look on his face? No idea what I'm
the
talking
car lot?
about. Yeah, but right next to the car lot, they like rolled in a bunch of like tough sheds, basically.
Oh, I haven't, dude.
You
I
don't go that way?
No, no, that's too far out of God's country.
That is a long way for you.
It's down the street. But,
Yeah.
yeah.
I always say that. That's the faraway land of wherever. People are like,
not the- it's not-
I don't know. I can't go all the way over there. The faraway land.
That's the That's the freeway proper.
Yeah.
You know?
Arroyo Grande proper.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that was funny. Long time ago. I was like, "Where are you at?" And you're like, "I'm in Napomo proper."
Yeah, because when we were out there working,
Well, I know, but I
we
was
were
like,
way out in the sticks.
"Where?
Now-
where is the proper?" Because
The proper side of Napomo.
you know,
Oh.
I figured it all out though. Now,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let's go to this one. What's this one do?
what's that?
Oh, I wanted to see what the numbers were. Do you like it on the full screen? Do you see when I change it
Well,
out of the corner of your eye? Or
I
no?
do see it, yeah,
Oh, okay.
because I happen to see your arm move.
Oh, you
You
can
know.
see yourself move.
I think having the screen though is a great idea.
Oh yes, especially for the other channels.
but you can see it
helps.
perfect for you.
Yeah.
I have to look over, like pan to me. So like when this is camera, but when I'm looking over here, it's kind of a good angle though. But then when I look at
Chew.
Chill.
Oh,
Right chair.
jeez. Look at this crap.
Are you serious
Are
right
you
now?
serious? Oh, jeez.
Is it the middle one? Oh, you just put that battery in.
I know. That's one of the Canon batteries, not one of the other, the like ones. This is some.
How
bull-
far are we into this?
14 minutes.
We're barely on the first bullet.
Yeah. I
Here
mean,
we
we've
go
talked
with-
about 4 other bullets.
Here we go with the bullets.
Back
again.
to the whiteboard.
Well, I mean, apparently though, when that one was
jeez.
on, well, I don't know if that's the same battery or whatever, but when that middle camera
This is
was
an
blinking,
unprofessional outfit. I got to tell you.
I-
Who produces this podcast? Crying out loud.
some jerk apparently
Yeah,
that
it's you're
wants to use
one
dead
pathetic loser.
wants to use dead
Now-
batteries to
now-
start an hour podcast.
We're gonna have to I'm gonna have to splice them together.
Nah, man, let it ride. I think it's
Well,
kind of funny.
I'm gonna let it ride till it dies, and then I'm
Yeah.
gonna get up and put a new battery
Well,
in it.
then it's just going to be my camera and then the middle camera. That's how you're going to have to pan to your face. Oh,
Go over here to just talk to. Here we go. Just
yeah. So you
back
go
to
here and then
back to
there.
this.
Camera 1, camera 3. Why am I camera 1, by the way? Is it because it goes 1, 2, 3? Because that's not.
Well, originally I set up 1 because I wanted that to be the number 1 seat. There was someone that was going to sit there that was going to be number 1. You are number 1, so I could remember it in my mind.
Oh, well, thanks for thinking of me like
You're
that.
welcome. And then 2 was going to be the other like headshot camera.
So would you technically be on the right?
That way I can just the buttons are right next to each other. And I figured 3 was going to be
Down the street?
well, the one we don't use very much or at all, unless apparently the battery's going to die.
Might have to start using that third one a little more today. The other batteries are charging, all right.
Well, those are both new batteries from that little battery bank of things.
So none of these cameras have like a port to just plug in? Interesting.
These are ancient cameras
So you have to
in the world of
So what is it? Like a
DSLRs.
fake battery that pops into
Yeah.
the back?
yeah.
And then
that
like
little
a wire
that
comes
little
off?
door hangs open,
Oh, okay.
and the little battery sticks in there, and then the wire hangs out, and you just plug it in the wall.
And those are how much a piece? $12 or something?
Like a whopping $30 a piece.
$30.
Yeah,
Wow.
on the old Amazons,
That's 90 plus.
the old Bezos.
Talk about a dude that's done something for himself, huh?
Have you ever seen the early videos of him like sitting in his garage doing the Amazon stuff?
Using like a brick phone.
Yeah,
Yeah. Or just a phone.
I mean,
a phone with a cord.
yeah. Talk about a dude that is on the testosterone replacement therapy. Have you?
I'm not following.
Someone is sticking him with a needle, giving him, and dude started working out. Because you've seen back to those early videos.
Is he all jacked? Or-
Lately, he's jacked.
Well, when you have that kind of money,
But no, his
you have like a guy for that too,
no his
or a crew.
old school videos and like stuff are like, yeah, he's a little scrawny little nerdy dude sitting in his garage
Is
with
he
his
growing
brick
hair?
phone.
Is he growing hair again?
No.
Wasn't he bald?
I think he still is bald. Yeah.
You could fix that with that kind of money. I mean, I would fix it with my little bit of money, but
I think he's got an image he's trying to uphold.
I'm a businessman.
Yeah.
Look at here.
Speaking of hair,
The only thing I could grow is my beard.
good looking beard though.
Yeah, thank you.
When did you start growing a beard?
Probably junior high. Well, I would say that was a goatee.
Like what was okay? What is the actual progression of facial hair?
Like when it all started.
Yeah.
I remember it was seventh or eighth grade. I don't remember. There's this dude Cole, and he just blew up with facial hair. And I was like, man, that's sick. I should try to grow this peach fuzz out. And it was like, I don't know, maybe 50 hairs right here at one point. And then just high school, I always had a goatee. And then remember Jackass and Bam Margera?
Mm-hmm.
Like he had this like, not this part. I don't know what you call it. It's a goatee, but it's not the goatee. Well, anyway, I rocked that.
Just the bottom half.
Just the bottom part.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm not a huge fan.
I did that for a little bit too.
Not a huge fan of the hair on my lip. That's why it's always shorter than everything else. But I would say the beard really came into place when I really started doing a beard. I was probably like 27, 8 years old. Always had facial hair. Because
beards are very popular these days, but they weren't so much, 10, 15 years ago maybe.
Yeah, this is not a hipster beard or like a, what would you call that, where you're following the trends?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can't think of the word off the hand, but no, this is just because I have a weird looking chin and it hides it. Like when I shave it off.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Remember last year when I shaved for like 3 months and I was all clean shaven for like 3 straight months?
Yeah, but
that was awful.
The thing
worst ever.
The thing with your hair though is it's so black when you shave it. You have a 5 o'clock shadow as soon as.
Well, I do have a 5 o'clock shadow like hours later because it grows so fast. But
but the beard, I mean, I don't know. It's my thing, I guess. I just feel like I look weird without it.
Oh, now definitely. I feel the same way. I definitely feel weird without it.
And then of course when you shave it off, everybody has something to say.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, you look so much younger, but bring the beard back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for your opinion. I didn't really ask for it, but
is there a particular go-to for you for when you do trim it? Is there a particular
like there was a plan?
Yeah, like a method or to the madness, so to speak.
No, man. It usually starts with a trim, and then it ends up like, oh man,
son of a.
And then I was like, all right, I'll do a goatee, and then it doesn't look right, and then it goes to this, and then it goes to this, and then I had like, where it's like 2 finger down right here, and then it's like at what point you're just like gone. That's when my daughter was like,
all the way down to like a number 1.
No,
do you have like a hair trimmer that you trim, or do you just have a beard trimmer?
It's just a beard trimmer, but it's miniature version of a hair clipper.
Because I have both. I use hair clippers, and then to like refine, so to speak, get the little hairs.
I used to have one of those they use like in barbershops where it really cuts the lines.
I don't know like a professional.
But yeah, and that thing was dangerous, man. You get too close.
Yeah.
Or like, because I always try to do around my ears and.
Oh yeah.
And that little skin between where your ear meets your head.
Oh yeah, right.
It bleeds every time.
Oh yeah.
Every time.
Yeah, I'll do a 5 guard on a hair trimmer, but like upside down, I'll go downward with it, like almost like combing it.
Mm-hmm.
I do that. And then I'll do a 3.
Like a taper.
Like a taper with a 3. And then I'll get a little 2. And then I'll do a 1.
Gets fancy.
It also will depend on how much the hair is cut, too.
On the sides?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Have I been to the supercuts lately?
Yeah, I never...
Check out last podcast for that whole story.
When I went last week or whatever to the barber, when he was trimming my beard, he went down too. And I was like, you're barely taking anything off, man. Like when I'm shaving it, I shave it like I used to shave my head. Just, it's all, well, my clips aren't like a 5 or a 3. It's 16.
Oh yeah.
14
on the little dial on the little thingy.
I have to Google like, what is 16 millimeter?
What does that translate to? That's funny.
But I don't know, man. I do miss my beard as far as the length of it.
Oh,
like at the wedding.
Oh yeah, whereas like really getting after
But
it.
dude, there's so much management.
Well, you put a lot of work into it in the mornings
yeah,
to
I like
like,
to-
you
I
like,
like to make it
blow
look good.
dry it and like
Which
fluff
is-
it out and like
Which is
make it
why-
look straight. You put a straightener on it. Like,
Yeah. Well,
oh, that's too much work for me.
I mean,
don't
which
even-
is why
I'll go to work. If mine was that long, it'd be like, it would be all going one direction because I was laying
you
on a pillow
slept.
5 minutes
Yeah.
before that.
I don't know. It just agitates me when people are like, beards are lazy.
Oh yeah, no,
No, fool.
no. Especially when it get that long.
Like financially, you know how much this like product cost, and then second, like how much time it takes to, like you're saying, I comb it, and you got your oils and your butters and your creams and your wax you put on your mustache, and I blow dry it, and then in the evening sometimes I got this like beard straightener because otherwise it just looks like a giant bush.
It does look good though.
I like it.
You
I
do
like it straight,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I've been trying to keep mine a little
it's a
shorter.
lot. Well, the problem is too is when you go to really commit to, okay, I'm gonna grow this beard out. The 1 to 3 month mark, where it looks all shabby and just everybody's judging you. Because when I grow it, like all this grows all down here, just because I want to make sure.
Mhm.
I get
Is there
the
a point?
girth.
Is there a point that you stop trimming the neck hair when it gets so long?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for the first few months, I like to kind of still box it out, you know,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then when we get to like, I don't know, maybe month 4 maybe,
Mhm.
you start letting this go, because when you let this grow, it gives the like girth of it, the underneath. Because if you were just to let your beard grow from right here down, it would just be like a shelf. It would look kind of funny, I think. So I like to have the whole like fullness.
See, mine gets to a certain point, like in length, like that, where I'm just not very good at trimming it. Like you said, like boxing it or whatever. Like, so it gets to a certain length, and I don't know. Like I start to like trim thing, and then it gets like, meh, screw it.
Well, you
Buzz
shouldn't
the whole
trim
thing
it that
off.
way. You got to trim it. So, excuse me, when you're looking into the
But
mirror,
but I also
you
do. I don't want this way. I want this way. You know what I mean? Like
Well-
I want it to be long, not wide.
right, but
so to
that's
speak.
where the butters come in, and you're maintaining it. Like if you put a hairdryer on that with a brush from right out the shower, because out of the shower it's kind of thick, but then you brush it down and it's, dude, it lays perfect. We're gonna have to post a picture one of these days of my beard,
Oh,
just so.
we could do that. We'll get like we talked about last time. We'll get the table out. We can always reference these things.
So how does that work? You just plug it into the
Yeah.
other camera jack, and
Yeah, there's just another one extra little cord. It's a USB-C to HDMI, and it just plugs into number 4. That's how I do the other cast.
gosh, hearing you say that, you know how frustrating it is to figure out chords.
Oh,
Like, why can't they every one of them, just be the same one?
oh, because there's 75 different kinds of cords: USB-C, USB-B, USB-A,
Yeah, it's kind of.
micro HDMI. That's what happened with these cameras.
I think that's probably why iPhone finally switched to
No,
USB-C.
the EU made them switch. The European Union made them do it.
Why don't they change their plug in the wall then to how we have ours?
Mhm.
Why does
I don't know all the ins and outs. I didn't really. That was way.
I think it's kind of funny though. Our plug.
That was way too much for me to like follow. I'm like, why are they making them change it? But whatever.
Of all things though, too, they're like, you need to change your charging port.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
You're discriminating against all other charging ports.
Against who? Micro USB?
Your lightning port is discriminating against. Uh,
No hat this time, huh?
I thought about it this morning.
You see the little puff, what it's doing?
Is it like because I keep messing with the headset?
Yeah. Fidgeting.
I'm
It's cool. I noticed too last time I
well.
fidgeted a lot. I was like this.
Uh-huh.
Well, now that it's like 37 degrees in here also.
It is brisk in here.
I
Sorry
got-
about that.
been
Well,
putting
the
my
back
hands-
window's open too. I probably should close that. That might help.
Well, I mean, it keeps it fresh.
Mm-hmm. That's why I leave it open.
I would. Especially with all that machinery over there.
Actually, the reason it's open is because of when Violet would come out here with all her pals back in the day. They'd have little like sleepovers and watch movies and whatnots, and then it'd be like 1,005 degrees in here and smell like a bunch of teenagers.
Smell like popcorn and farts.
Yeah, so I'd have to like air it out. So there's a fan in the window too, and you can see it through the crack.
Like like a little box fan. Oh yeah.
So I just plug in the fan and
Is that the 2-fanner one where it has 2 blades, or is it just
no?
one?
That one's so old. It's like ancient.
It's got 2 speeds on off.
Yeah, I think there's 2, fast and not fast. I don't know how I feel about these headsets, man. I feel like they're falling off my head all the time. You're like, if you were wearing a hat.
Put your hat on.
Well, that really won't fit in that one.
Put it on.
That's what I thought about it before. I was like,
Do it.
if we go to
Stand by.
Oh, Jesus.
There's a long story to this hat, but I'll tell you though, that is the dopest hat.
I like it.
Dramatically different from what I'm wearing, but how you doing?
That's right.
I don't know how
Really?
the headphones are going to fit on there, but
Really not going to be able to. I feel like that dude.
look at that, folks.
Yeah. Proper.
Dang.
I like it.
I love how the bill is like super wide.
Yeah, that's what I told him. I want because I got a guy to like steam it, like profesh.
Yeah. That wasn't off the rack or whatever you always say.
No, it was an Amish hat before that. It was flat all the way around, very bulbous on the top.
Like Roger's head from American Dad.
See, when you said Rodgers right now, I thought you were going to say Aaron Rodgers, like his football helmet.
Well, that too. Actually,
Have you seen his football helmet on his head? I didn't really notice it as much when he was a Packer, but now that he's on the Jets, for some reason, that thing is like bulbous.
Yeah, for sure. I think he's the only one in the NFL that actually wears that style because everything's the flex speed helmet
Oh, yeah.
or whatever they call that, the force flex or whatever. And then that other one, have you seen the helmet that the like defensive like ends are using that rush in?
Mm.
There's like extra plastic and
on
foam
like
in the front, you know, and the grill's like, well, those guys, man, they're coming in hot. So
I like that they let them have all these different kinds of face masks. Like some of those like linebackers and like defensive linemen and stuff get all super aggressive with their.
Well, I think there's a limit, but you can. Because I wanted to buy one of those helmets, which are like $700, but like a legit one, like I can play football in it.
Like a real one?
But when you get to the face mask, the colors are all over the place. And then the design's like 8 pages of
Oh, you like
face
to order
mask.
one?
Yeah, like you can order a specific, or you can design your own. But I think for the NFL, I think there's like a certain amount of, you can have only so many or so less. Like you can't just be like the kicker from like the 70s with a crossbar, just one.
Like
Yeah.
the one like.
I think it's pretty cool though that like these players that basically have to be wearing glasses, and then Oakley makes like that real fancy, though it's not I mean some of them might be, but it's like a lens for your eyes.
Oh yeah, that goes
like-
in the front of the thing.
Yeah, it's like glasses.
But I bet they could put a prescription in there. Put in a prescription and everything else. Sunglasses.
No, they are.
regular-
They're it's like a prescription sunglass face shield thing.
Cool.
But
Yeah, you don't want to have.
I like
you
the-
don't have contacts.
I like the sunglasses.
Blow a
one.
contact out in the middle of the game.
Yeah.
It's all bling.
Don't throw to my left. I can't see. Oh man.
Not here or here so much, but right in here.
Yeah.
That was a movie
I
line.
think
See?
the ones where they use those polarized you got the blue and the jade or whatever, it's probably the same color, but the greens and reds and stuff to match uniforms. I think it's pretty sick. Pretty cool.
I like it.
What's not cool is
Oh, I was gonna say, are you in mourning this week?
yeah.
Because
yeah.
you're very
I was super upset. Well, I mean I wasn't. I expected it, to be honest.
because who'd they play again?
Houston.
Oh, Houston. Yeah, that had the potential to be a good game
Well, I mean
because they're like evenly seated, so to speak.
Mahomes basically wrote the schedule and was like, "We'll see you in the playoffs." Did you see it?
Schedule.
No, he's all, "We'll see you in the playoffs."
See
What
you
do
round
mean
2.
You'll see us in the playoffs for sure.
Mm.
It's messed up.
Like he just, He DM'd Roger Goodell or what?
Yeah. Hey, check this out, dude.
We would like to play
Chargers
the Chargers.
We don't want to play any like divisional round 2.
We would like to buy, sir.
Yeah, if you can pencil me in for not playing the last 2 weeks of the season. Great.
And the first week of the playoffs.
Do I need to fake a foot injury or something?
Yeah.
And speaking of helmets, why is his sit so far on his head?
Right.
He's like,
His is bulbous in a different kind of way.
God,
And it's like the back of it too. It sits higher on the back of his neck or something. I don't know. This is weird. Looks funny.
it doesn't make any sense either.
And he's always doing this thing. What's this thing? Have you ever seen him?
Yeah.
Like when he's getting the plays in his ear, he like does this thing.
This is for the refs.
It's like
Look
it's
away.
Like, it's like a cat call, like he's calling him.
Yeah.
Mm.
Dude. I don't know, man.
Could you tell me how you really feel about all this?
As a Chargers fan, though, you know, there's always been a beef between Chargers and Raiders forever. More Raiders against the Chargers, at least in my experience. But if there was a rival team in the AFC West that oh my God, it's the Chiefs.
Yeah?
Specifically since Mahomes took over.
Mm.
I don't want to get too far into my thoughts, but
we could let you monologue about it.
I don't think he's going to see this. He's
No,
got other things. He's got a new baby or whatever. Congratulations to him.
Yeah, I
Happy
think
for
it's
you.
like their third one or something.
I don't know. I don't follow him that far. Definitely don't follow him on socials.
No.
It's like the last
No.
one I would follow. You know who you should follow? Is Britney Spears, dude. She's doing some weird stuff on her Instagrams. A little bit of crazy. I think she's just finally letting out and letting loose.
Like doing
how
her
she's
thing?
wanted to do for the last however old she is.
But if there was a visual that you had to like put in a dictionary of someone that you thought might be a little crazy,
Yeah, absolutely.
that
For sure.
she might be the one.
I don't know. There's all kinds of stuff surrounding that, but it's weird.
Maybe she went to some of those Diddy parties.
Or just one too many ayahuasca, or however you say it.
Ayahuasca trips?
Yeah. Hung out with, what's his name? Rajas? A little too much.
Oh, see, back to Rogers.
Did you see?
He said he only did it that one time.
Oh, maybe that's all it takes.
Maybe.
Did you see? I don't know if it's real or fake or whatever, but it was a suggested post on my Instagrams. But it was if Aaron Rodgers decides to step away from,
Hang it up.
yeah, but not retire, like the Raiders are a potential landing spot for him.
Get out of here.
I
I definitely don't think he's going to be a Jet anymore.
don't think so. He caused too much heartburn over there too.
But I don't know where he's going to go. I think Mel Kiper probably has knows more about where he would go than me, but I don't even know what teams are looking for a quarterback right now. I mean, the Raiders.
I guess the Bears just hit up the Steelers organization about potentially having a conversation with what's that guy's name? Mike Tomlin.
Oh, to come be
And
the
they were
coach?
like, we respectfully decline. Dude.
No, thank you.
Don't even bring it up.
I thought that what's his name that just got fired from the Cowboys is going to go up there.
Mike
and be the coach.
McCarthy?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, that's
he's
what
a
everybody
damn
on
good coach, too.
the ESPNs were saying.
He's a damn good coach. No one listens to him though. I don't get it.
He got a bad rap down there in Dallas because he there was a stat right after he got fired about how he was the most winningest coach in that time period that he was there. I don't know.
There or
Yeah, as a Cowboys coach. And if you took all the Cowboy coaches in that same amount of time playing, I guess, I don't know. Maybe I'm misspeaking.
there's a lot of talk though circulating about Deion Sanders and his son showing up. It's all speculation, but
Sure.
you know, the thing with Deion
I don't think that's going to happen. I think he's going to hang out in Colorado.
Well, yeah, for sure, because he has too much that he wants to be involved in, and it's different than the NFL.
I watched a bunch of his YouTube stuff when he first got hired in Colorado. And like him redoing his office and like bringing in all these coaches, and his other son was like the producer of the channel, and like,
Perfect.
keep it.
Well, a lot of people like to do that. I mean, look at even Jim Harbaugh, with the Chargers. He,
living in a van in the parking lot.
basically, but,
That was the only thing I know about it.
he had a lot of stipulations to come into the organization.
Hey.
This is all going to change. And I mean, any coach should be like that.
I think he did all right. I mean, they went from being a losing record last year, or whatever it was, to
It's usually always a losing record, but
now they made it to the playoffs.
yeah, 11-6 this year, not bad. I think last year was 5 and
Because
it
they
was
won the
terrible.
division, right? No.
No.
Who won the division?
Chiefs
Oh, that's right.
for like the last 4 years.
I forgot that the Chiefs were in there. What a crappy division to be in.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was just like to be in the Patriots back in the day with Brady.
Oh, yeah.
They always won.
Write
that
it
division.
down.
I don't even know what all those divisions or his division breaks down to on teams, but I know that
You can tell I don't follow football quite as closely as David here.
I do, but I only follow certain things that I'm interested in. Otherwise, you get consumed. Like, I'm not one to watch college ball because
Oh,
I did watch all those, like the Rose Bowls and stuff like that. That was interesting. The whole football atmosphere is a little different over there, and you can still hit in college. Very little flags compared to
the pros.
Yeah,
but they have that whole like targeting thing in college where you hit somebody just a little too hard and then they're going to throw you out of the game. And then everyone's like, "Oh, come on."
what do you do?
I don't know.
First of all, but in the NFL, these people get paid millions of dollars, and
Yeah, but
sign up for
so do
them.
these dudes in college. You see that dude, Carson Beck or whatever his name was? He used to be the quarterback for Georgia, and now he's going to the University of Miami. And everybody's saying that he's going to make $11 million or something to go play for.
Is that money though, or is that endorsement money? You know what I mean? Because
Well,
now
it's all that like NIL stuff. I don't know how any of it works,
scholarships.
but it's got to be donors and like I don't know.
Well, yeah,
Because there's
it's not tuition money. It's not coming out of the warden's hand, or not the warden.
the warden, the chancellor's
dean,
office,
or
the dean.
what-
Yeah,
is that the dean? The principal?
the principal? Yeah, dean. I think they call them deans, and I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. Moving on, dude. That football upsets me these days. More so over the last week and a half.
Yeah, you'll get over it. Be fine.
I'm fine.
Like 9 more months. You can think about it again.
We'll see what the offseason brings.
Who's that dude that they drafted in their first draft pick this last year? That lineman dude.
Joe
Is he an
Alt.
offensive lineman?
Joe Alt.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah, Joe Alt.
Sick. He's a big
He's
dude.
a big old boy.
He's a big dude. And then completely.
How did he do this year?
Good.
Yeah, I
Good.
don't know. It's hard.
Him
It's hard
and
to gauge.
Slater?
Hard to gauge lineman.
I watch a lot of that though.
Mm.
It's funny because Jess is always like, "Dude, you call the flag before the flag gets thrown," and then I say it, holding, offense.
Well, you can kind of tell, like when you're watching the game, when the flag comes out, it's probably going to be this. Like you could tell, like how the play's like developing, and
if if Herbert gets out of the pocket and throws bomber, dude, a banger all the way down the field, there's an offensive holding call. It's frustrating every time. Or
was it them or was it somebody else that the stat was like they had like 9 sacks or something? Was that you guys or no? Was it somebody else?
in the game
Yeah,
for the playoffs?
yeah, in that first divisional round or whatever.
No, that was
Wild card round or whatever.
Oh, what was his name? He got sacked so many times.
And everybody was like, "Oh, he always chokes in the playoffs or whatever." And
Well, that's Herbert, but he
No, it was
he
somebody
got
else.
sacked quite a bit. But no, it was someone else. It was
I don't remember. I don't
it
remember
was
who played now.
unbelievable. It was the Rams and
Oh, who played the Rams?
yeah,
Who played the Rams?
because what's his name had 2 sacks alone.
Oh yeah, it was the Monday game, huh?
It was the Monday night game.
Hmm.
This is where you're like, Can you pull that up?
Yeah, someone. Yeah, you got your phone right there. Look.
Nah. Dude, it'd take me 20 minutes to figure it out. It'd be dead air.
Hey, that camera's still blinking though. I wonder how long that's gonna go.
The funny part is, how much warning does this?
How much? Yeah, it really giving you some advanced warning that this battery is going to die sometime in the next 45 minutes.
Well, we were on what minute? We'd have to roll it back, but
I think we're only like 14 minutes in or something.
no. So you're telling me that light's gonna blink for 30 minutes
Yeah.
or whatever?
It's a little excessive, right?
It should start blinking when there's 5 minutes.
Is 5 minutes enough warning
Yeah, I mean,
to like swap it out real quick?
my thing is if it's gonna blink,
I don't need it to blink.
it should say you have 5 minutes left. Like next to it, 5M.
Sure, that'd be helpful.
Not just blink for 40 minutes.
Or maybe the little battery symbol.
I think
could
it's
be
funny though, because
two podcast. No,
damned if you do, damned if you don't.
two of the 3 recordings that we have.
And it's totally just
We have a
color.
blinking battery. I'm getting rid of those batteries. I'm gonna buy a couple more.
Maybe it's the thing though. Maybe it's that's our not niche, but
It's gonna be our shtick.
That's like the hidden Mickey. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whose
Which
camera?
camera?
Yeah.
Comment below in the beginning of the video. Which battery is gonna start blinking?
It's like
Such a lowbrow podcast.
whatever, but it's like a CD you would throw back in the day, and be like, what's on this mix of music?
Oh, like when you used to have the blank CDs.
Yeah.
And you could write on the front of them.
People get all creative and write all the way around it and through it. Oh man, 2006 was a rough mixtape.
Dude, I used to make mixtapes back when there were tape players. So I was probably like, I don't know, like 10 years old. And I had this like boombox thing, but it had 2 tapes in it,
Yeah.
right? And then it had the ability to auto flip, not like it wouldn't move the tape deck like that,
Right.
but it would just like somehow, I don't know, would it play the other direction or something? But it had the ability to record both sides of the tape because you know, take it out, put it in the other way.
Remember
Oh,
when?
no, that was the Nintendo games.
Oh, 8-bit or whatever it was. Oh man, there's some funny memes on the internet about that. Don't work when you go right in there. You'll get a good blow. And they're all. Oh. That's funny though. So when you used to make your mixtapes, would you record it off the radio?
Yes.
Because that's how I used to do it.
So kids, this is what I used to do. I used to have the tape deck, put it in there. I would turn on the radio, but I would turn the volume all the way down so it wasn't like playing. My mom wouldn't hear. And then I would record the radio literally all day long while I was at school.
Oh,
And then I'd come home and I'd have every song known to man.
interesting.
And then I could, because I had 2 tape decks in this thing, I could then take the radio tape, put it in the one that would play, and I'd take a new freshie and put it in the recording side.
What was it? An RCA, right? Or what was that brand back in the day? Remember the guy was in the chair all like this? You know? That's funny. So your mom wouldn't hear.
And then,
What is this devil's music?
and then I would, then I'd have to like buffer them, like hit record on the one, hit play on the one. And every once in a while you wouldn't stop it fast enough. So you'd get the guy, like the DJ coming back on the radio for like, beep, welcome back to the,
Yeah.
right at the end of your, Boys to Men,
Yeah.
slow jam
Some
tape.
All for One or whatever that. Followed by Chasing Waterfalls.
Don't go.
Yeah.
TLC.
Yeah, I used to do that too, but I never had the luxury of a 2-player.
It made life good.
Like my Magnavox, is that what it is? You know, the one everybody had.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I had like the knockoff version where there's only one tape deck. Oh man, I remember the first time I listened to Tupac, dude, was on a green tape deck that was recorded from another tape. Oh, my mom was upset about, What do you listen to? Because my house was primarily country music or like,
Oh yeah.
what was that station? Coast 101.3. And it was like, your very elevator slow jams, you know, real soft. And I'm over here bumping like,
Underground friggin'
Yeah.
rap.
oh, it was great.
Yeah.
I think I still have that tape like in the archives of storage somewhere.
Yeah, I don't have any of the tapes. I might have a couple CD mixtapes somewhere. That was when life got really good, is when you could burn right to the CD.
Oh, yeah.
Because then what you were doing when computers started becoming a thing is you could get the torrents of all the different songs, like from the dark web, more or less. And then you drag them all in to like in order of the list you want to make your mixtape on.
Yeah.
And then you just hit record and it would start spinning that thing and burning.
And then it would say, this is an 8 times, a 32 times.
Ooh.
Remember?
Ooh.
Or you can get the rewritable ones.
Ooh, I like the
They were
rewritable. Those were
super
the
expensive. They're like $7 back in the day.
I bet you right now we could go inside and I have an entire stack of burnable CDs in there.
That
Still.
probably, well,
Or
you even
useless.
burn them.
Like,
You know what I mean? You got to
like
get
burn 'em
like
in a
an
fire
actual
somewhere.
like CPU. You know, I don't even think they make a CD player.
No, that is antiquated technology, sir.
I have a box of 3.5-inch floppies somewhere.
Ooh.
And remember when you have to flick that little thing over to lock it so you don't over rewrite?
Oh yeah. Oh, the little
Oh,
notch.
it's the best.
I saw a meme on the internet the other day where somebody had one of those and they held it up, and the dude next to him was like, "Oh wow, you 3D printed that save button from the computer."
Oh, jeez.
Because all the kids nowadays, that's how you save stuff, right? It's
Oh.
the little that's the save icon, but it's what a
3.5-inch floppy was.
right after the 3.5 floppy when they were like hard, like the hard ones where you had to slide the little door over.
Yeah, no, that because originally it was the 5.
Well, before
Whatever.
the 3.5 floppies were like soft. Before those.
No, those were the 5. Those were where it had like a record player in it. Where you
Yeah.
play Oregon Trail. Those
Yeah.
were 5-inch or something.
Yeah, they were the hard disk ones, but before those, they were literally floppy disk. They were floppy on the outside. There was no hard case on the outside, and you'd have to like slide them in to the thing.
And then close that
Yeah.
thing. So, or like on the Apple. It went,
Yes.
7th grade, dude. Oregon Trail right there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Awesome at that. You know, you could still buy that game. Like,
On your cell phone.
oh, I'm sure there's an app,
Oh,
but it's like the original Oregon Trail.
you died. Jimmy died.
And it shows like your wagon blown over
Mm-hmm.
in bits, pieces. Old school.
Hard living.
Yeah. But the funny part is you talk about back to these mixtapes you used to make, and now you have a mix board
Oh yeah.
that is everything right there.
Is
you know?
controlling all of our talking.
It's crazy. Technology.
Well, that's what I think that our like generation of people, like there's a shoulder to it, obviously, because there's a lot of people that dealt with these problems and struggles. The amount of technology change just in the music world to get to where we are now,
Mhm.
that these kids in the last 10 years, 5 years, have zero concept of. Like you just pull your phone out. I will play any song at any moment that I want to play right now. But back in the day, we had to go from
Napster.
tape deck,
No.
Napster,
You can still go. It's still on
Napster.
there. That you're not allowed to steal music anymore, but
That's what I was talking
But
about a
yeah.
minute ago with the torrents or whatever it was, like Napster.
LimeWire. If that doesn't date somebody, but sorry to interrupt you, but what were you saying something about
No,
going?
we went from tapes to CDs to
MP3s?
MP3. Yeah, then it was digital music, but then you could rip the music off your CD onto your computer.
Yeah. And that's how you would burn a CD.
Yeah,
Well, I did have one of those.
we could burn onto the disc, but then you could also
save it for
you
later.
could save the
And then you can upload it to Napster.
for
and
other
you
people.
can digital share, which I never did because that
Might have been some
ruined my
federal
down-
violations.
it was funny how it would take 30 minutes at least to download a 3-minute song.
Well, that's because we were all on like dial-up. That's America Online for the folks out there that remember.
Welcome.
Also,
Welcome.
You've got mail.
Yeah. Goodbye.
That's the original You Got Mail.
That's what our sign off should be like. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thanks for coming.
I used a corded phone that day I was off.
Oh.
So in order to get granted access into this one area, you had to pick up the white phone.
Oh, off the wall.
Dude, and the cord, I forget how it was when we were younger, but the cord was like that long until you really pull it because it's curly.
Oh, yeah, the little...
You know, for you folks that don't know what a corded phone is. But it was the one where it sits in it and you pull it off and it's like square.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I was like, do I push something? I can't remember.
It's the order of
But
operations.
as soon as you pick it up, it goes. She's like, hello. And I'm like, whatever. And
let me in.
hang up the phone, you know. How do I?
What?
Oh.
I got to physically put it back on the wall.
It was funny, dude. The struggle, man. Like, when you were a kid, right? The only way someone's going to get a hold of you was either going to walk to your house or they're going to call you and leave a message on the message machine, which had a tape in it, that little tiny tape.
With a blinking light, kind of like that one.
Yeah. You have 3 unread messages to delete.
Uh-huh. Yep.
And then by the time you actually got that message and you listened to it, and it was always the first couple, like for your mom, it's like, your doctor's appointment scheduled for whatever. And then it's like the next one, what up, dude? Hey, I hope no one's listening. I'll let you pause. Hey, we're going to sneak out tonight.
Yeah. Remember pagers? Did you ever have 2 pagers?
I did, actually. I did a commercial. I was in a commercial once. God, Richard McGetty, he hooked me up and in this, I can't remember the name of the company now, whatever, but I'll never forget the tagline, dude. It's the hottest, the greatest, the newest, the latest. Tascom, we got your pager. Swear, dude. I have the tape somewhere. If we can figure out a VCR, there's another one. But if we can figure out a VCR,
yes.
I was the skateboarder.
Actually, I think we have a VHS tape.
Tape or VCR?
Like the actual machine.
A VCR.
Yeah. Out in the shed, I think we have one. In Violet's box of VHS tapes.
Was it like a history project she was working on?
No, that they used to have like that. That used to be their thing. They used to have like a bunch of VHS tapes.
Oh.
And
oh yeah, for like the old Disneys and
yeah. Well, apparently,
was just talking about that.
Lauren used to have like a whole like catalog, like collection of all these VHS tapes, like still in the wrapper, like original Disney
They're
VHS
worth
tapes.
money now.
Until Violet opened them all.
Kids these days.
Can't have anything nice, David. Can't have anything nice.
But back to the pager thing. Yes, I did have a pager, and then so my brother, he at the time of when Richard was manning up this, I think it was Phone and Wireless. I think that's what the name was. Well, back in the day, my brother Brian, he got like heavy into race cars and stuff, and Richard was like the new hottest thing. Remember the flip? I think it was called a Talkabout.
Oh.
You flip it up, it's like a mini laptop. I remember mine was blue, like see-through blue. And you can send text message through this via pager. It was like cutting edge technology back then.
Well, what I remember from pagers was like pagers were meant to like send a phone number to somebody, like to notify you to call this number.
Yeah.
Well, all of us had this like Morse code, like what was that? Enigma machines, like from World War II, where you had to like
Morse code. No,
Morse code was the beep beep beeps, but like the Enigma machines, where you had to have like a translating like document to know what all these letters and
like what a stenographer does. You know where they write shorthand.
Yeah,
and
they
have
to translate it.
Only you know what it really says.
Yeah, but you would like text someone hello, but it would be like 43770.
Oh, the best one was boob.
8.
Yeah.
008.
Or remember the algorithm? I don't remember exactly, but on the calculator you would type in whatever, plus this, plus that, or whatever. You flip it around and said boobless.
But just the concept, just to think back though on the concept of the whole pager communication era.
Yeah.
You had to go to a landline phone.
Yes.
And you had to call a number and then punch in more numbers so that then that other person could receive your message, so to speak.
There was like, I love you.
Yeah.
And like, but it was shorthands.
Yeah. Like a 1, a 4, and a 3.
Yeah.
Then there was all these like hidden meaning ones.
Yeah. Oh man, pagers. And then it got into the real cool stuff like the Nokia 9000.
Oh yeah, the little Nokia like brick one. We had the little screen at the top and all the numbers.
Snake.
Little baby antenna.
Remember Snake on those? Remember you had to push like
Yeah, like the Atari game.
You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through storage and I'm going to get into my old technology box.
We could have it all right here on the desk.
We can talk about
right here. We could just have
talk about it. I mean, it's not like no one hasn't done that, but it's just you have that phone like the Razr, the Motorola Razr.
Mm-hmm.
Like what it. Yeah, it was cutting edge technology or whatever, but it takes you back to a time. Like I remember the first one I had. It had an
because now you just got an iPhone or an Android.
Yeah,
that's it.
There wasn't internet.
You got a Galaxy or an iPhone.
Yeah. Well, this thing literally had, they called it an external camera, and you had to plug it into the bottom of this thing, and you could do like 3.3 megapixel. You know what I mean? I don't even know, but it's just of what that piece of technology would take you back to.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when we were talking about LimeWire or whatever. It takes you back to an era and what you were doing, where you were at.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. I remember I had T-Mobile for, is it even T-Mobile anymore? Is it like
T-Mobile.
Sprint or something?
They just got us T-Mobile at work for all of our phones and our iPads and stuff.
Works
horrible. Well, I mean, it works fine in like normal areas. Oh, it ended. Oh, it's over.
Guess we're going to have to switch. Well, I guess we'll save that story for another one, but
yeah.
It's funny because you open that tote
and you're just like nostalgia.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But then you're like, oh man, where's my charging cable for my iPhone, dude? The other day, I used to have so many cords and now I cannot find one in my drawer, my truck.
No.
The bag of wires I have in the shed.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They're all
we got a box of wires
on both
too.
sides, and I'm like,
oh yeah,
where did all my cords go? Which apparently your camera's going to need a cord.
I think we now know though that little blinky light is good for like 45 minutes. That's what it is. It's a 45-minute notification.
That's
the battery's going to die.
A long notification. I mean, for reals, but on that note, though,
I think that may be a cue.
Yeah,
to wrap it up.
That was a little different than the others, huh?
Yeah, no, we'll get better at it.
I like it.
Good time. Sit around and wrap it out with you.
I keep wanting to look at this camera now, but I'm looking at the wrong one. So I guess I gotta, that one.
This one.
I gotta look at this one.
All right, folks.
You know what? Real quick though, it's funny. We nailed both of our stands.
Oh, they look very proportionate.
Similar. Yeah.
I even moved the table over just a skosh to make it.
Give me a little extra. I mean, I could just. Hi.
Hello.
So yeah, good times.
Yeah.
Hope you all have a great day.
Talk to y'all later. Peace.